Right, boys, so we haven't done a video for a while on the YouTube channel, so let's jump into a tried and tested video type, which is a tier list maker. This is for the top 30 European football clubs. I'm not just going straight up be judging these off who's won the most trophies European-wise, because it could have been 100 years ago, so I don't care about that. And if they've been good recently, or if they've been shite recently, that could have a say in it as well. So this is just straight up, just off top of the head. When you see the club, just put them into the list at where I think they should go. If you do disagree, then put it in the comments and all that good stuff. So we have got an S tier all the way down to F. Probably won't be many in F, but we'll see how it goes. So we have got AC Milan first up. AC Milan have won so many European trophies. They've got to be an S tier. They're one of the powerhouses of Europe over recent history. Recent history hasn't been great, no. But from what they've done, they deserve to be up there. They've got to be up there. Now, this team, I aren't even sure who they are. Whether or not it's an old badge, whether or not it's just been thrown in there, or whether or not I'm stupid. I don't know who they are, so I'm putting them in F. They can't be great anyway if I don't know who they are. Simple as. Ajax have won a lot European wise. They are still always in the competition. They go far quite often, even though they haven't won it recently. I can't put them any lower than A for me, in my opinion. Arsenal, I'm going to put Arsenal in B. Like, Arsenal are a huge club. They're a huge club. They've got a lot of history domestic wise, but not so great in Europe. And recently, I don't think they've been in Europe a lot recently. A lot. So, can't complain with B. I think they are living off their history for B up that high, to be honest. Although, this season they have been brilliant, so, you know, there might be a return to the good time. Atletico, I'm going to put alongside Arsenal. They're in Spain, where they can never be anything bigger than the third biggest club, do you know what I mean? Like, they're just doomed to fail from the start. They just are. Even though they've done really well, and Simeone's, like, done really well. They've won leagues and stuff like that. They've got to the Champions League final. Like, I just can't put them any higher than B for me. I just can't. I can't put them alongside Ajax. Now, Barcelona are S tier, one of the biggest clubs, historically and recently. Although, very recently hasn't been that great. But, yeah, they're still up there. Same with Bayern. Well, it's not same with Bayern because they have been good recently, but one of the biggest clubs in the world, they can't go anywhere other than S tier for me. Benfica. I'm going to put Benfica in C. Like, they might have a bit of, well, I know they've got a bit of history in Europe, but recently it's just like they've never got any chance of winning it. You don't see them go that far. Often anyway, except the odd anomaly season. So, yeah, they're going C for me. Celtic, I'm going to go D. I know they have got a little bit as well, but you're talking years and years ago. Again, they've got zero chance of ever winning a European Cup, probably in any of our lifetimes. So, I just can't put them any higher. They're just, in terms of Europe, huge club, but you've got to put into performances into that as well for me. Chelsea, I'm going to put Chelsea in A. They've won the tournament, twice in the last 10 years, maybe 11 years now, 12, but still that's good recent history. They're a big club, one of the biggest in England. Can't complain with that. They've got to be an A tier. Dortmund. I don't think I'm going to put Dortmund alongside these two. I'm going to have to put them in C. I'd probably put them a bit higher than Benfica at this minute in time, but can't put them in with Arsenal and Atletico. I just can't. Everton. I don't think I've ever seen Everton do well in European competition. I'm 30 years old. Do you know what I mean? That they've just got to be down there. They've got to. Galatasaray. They're in the competition most years. You always see a bit of Galatasaray every year. So, well, maybe not every year, but most years, like I say. So, I'm going to put them alongside Celtic, I think. I'm going to put them there. Inter Milan. Inter Milan. I'm going to put Inter Milan in B. They're nowhere near as big as AC. They've had brilliant times over the years, so they've had some fucking quality players, but I can't put them in anything above B. Juve are either B or A for me, and I'm not 100% sure. But just with them having better teams recently and going further in the competition than people like Inter, I think that's got to go in the favour. I think I'm going to put them in A. I think I've got to. Liverpool are S tier. They've won, 6 or 7 Champions Leagues. You just cannot complain. And the last 5-6 years, they've been really good. They've won another Champions League. They've been in the final a couple of times. They've got to go in S tier. They've got to be one. They're in the top tier of clubs in the world, 100%. Manchester City. Manchester City are the best team in the world, right? And they are, regardless of if they don't win the Champions League or not. They're the best team in England by a mile. They've got the best manager. They're winning stuff. If they continue with Pep, continue playing how they play, they will 100% win a Champions League. So for how big they are right now, I've got to put them in A. I think I've got to put them in A. And Man United at S tier. They are probably, for me, the top 3 clubs in the world in my lifetime have been United, Barca and Real Madrid. And the fact that Man United are still up there, even though they have been so poor for 10 years, speaks volumes how big that club is. If they'd have been as good now for the last 10 years as they had been under Fergie, they could be easily clear the biggest club in the world right now. Either way, they're still up there, one of the biggest in the world. Monaco. I'm putting Monaco in there. They've had a couple of good runs like over the last 10, 20 years in the competition, but can't see them winning it. I can't see where the next big Monaco team comes from. There was that one good team what they had. Well, they probably had more than one, but one what I remember, and it was just brilliant once. Napoli, good team, doing well this year as well. Decent sized club. Football fanatics. I'm going to put MNC as well. I'm going to put MNC. Marseille. I think I'm going to put Marseille. Marseille are either one of these, but I'm not sure. I think I'm going to be fair and put Marseille in there. I just don't think they're C tier worthy. Porto. I'm putting Porto in B. Porto always seem to create good teams and they have a run every now and again. They did win it under Jose, obviously, so I think they're deserving of at least a B, at least. PSG, for the same reasons as City, just how big they are, just the fact that they've got one of the best front threes ever right now. I've got to put them in A, even though they haven't won it. They've come close, and if they continue to spend, they're gonna win it eventually, aren't they? One time. I wouldn't be surprised if PSG won it this year, to be honest, with how the front three are playing. Rangers. Oh, Rangers and Celtic. I don't know if Rangers go in the same. I'm putting Rangers alongside Everton. I don't even know why they just go in there. It is what it is. Real Madrid are S tier. Real Madrid are top S tier. Biggest club in the world. Can't argue with that. Just the biggest club in the world. Most Champions Leagues. They've got to be at the top of this list, aren't they? Roma. I'm putting Roma in C tier alongside them. I don't think I'd put them alongside Arsenal, Atletico, Inter and Porto kind of territory. I think I'm going to put them in C. I'm quite comfortable with them in C, I'm not going to lie. Schalke I'm going to put E because I just can't even remember Schalke ever doing anything in Europe. I can't lie. Sevilla have won a lot in Europe. I mean, it is Europa League a lot, but the fact that they've been so good in it... I think I've got to put Sevilla in A because they've got a lot of trophies to show for it, European-wise, in the last 10, 15 years, aren't they? So I'm going to put them in A. Valencia. I mean, Valencia, when I was growing up, like a lot of Spanish teams, they've had good runs, but I wouldn't have them high now. I can't see where the next big team's coming from, where they come up and challenge for anything Valencia. So I'm going to put them in D. And Tottenham, the fact that these are in here, I was going to put Tottenham in D because they've had the final what they've had against Liverpool. But other than that, when can you next see them ever doing that again? And before, when was the last time? We're talking donkeys years ago. But I'm going to put them in C just because I think as a team, the manager and stuff they've got, the stadium, they are a massive club. They are a huge club. And I'm not saying that as if Celtic aren't a huge club, because Celtic are. It's just the fact that the Scottish, the money's not there. The Celtic and Rangers teams, what I grew up watching, where you got people like Henrik Larssons and stuff like that, they're not happening anymore. They don't happen anymore. So yeah, that concludes my list, boys. Again, if you do enjoy watching these type of videos, then drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring them notification bells. And until next time, peace.